Hello, subscribers. Were you wondering if I still go to the gym? The answer is yes. 3 to 4 times a week. I just haven't been videoing in here, but I'm here. And this week, twice now, I've done, well, Wednesday and Thursday. I drove to Michigan and then to the gym in Kalamazoo. I think this is a better plan. So, more to come. I just got to school and I'm afraid I didn't bring enough food today. I didn't want to get out of bed, and so I kept pushing snooze. So the alarm did go off today, but it didn't give me time to like prep a lot of food. So my mom had made some mostaccioli. She put like way too much meat in it and not near enough sauce. So it's a little like it's dry and like a little like I don't actually even like meat. And so there's hamburger meat, sausage meat, and pepperonis. It's not gross, but it's not good either. It's a little over the top with the meat. Like, the kids didn't like it either, they said. So she tried. I'll tell her when I get home. Add more sauce. Like, at least add sauce. And if you're, like, a meat lover, like, maybe it's good, but it's just like eating a bunch of meat and pasta dried up. So, I brought that. So it's sustenance. And a couple oranges. But I've got like from 10 a.m. to 5, 6 for that to sustain me. Oh, I don't know if it's going to work. So later today I might be like, I'm starving. Or I'll just buy food, actually. I try not to, though, because I need to like live on a budget. So, okay, heading off to study now. I've tried recording this like 3 times, and every time I try, I get a phone call and it gets interrupted. So we'll see if I can get all the way through it this time. Today, this is my day. Well, I'll give you a little background. On Wednesdays, Serenity's uncle picks her up and takes her to her grandma's house so she can have time with her grandma and after volleyball practice. Volleyball's over, so I called her uncle yesterday or the day before, I can't really remember, one or the other, to let him know, like, hey, she's not gonna be in volleyball, and maybe we switch to Thursdays when the grandma has dialysis, like on the way home, you can just pick her up from the house or whatever. And so my memory was that he was gonna make sure like it worked with his schedule, and he'd let me know. And I hadn't heard back from him, so today I just planned on doing the same as always, where she just comes home on the bus and that's it. So, like 10 minutes before my class starts, I get this text from him asking if she knows. Sorry, I'm not that tall, am I? If she/the school knows that they're picking her up today, and I'm like, you're not picking her up today? Like, you're going to confirm and you never confirmed with me. So no, she's coming home. And I have a meeting after school. So I need her to be home. I'm not going to be able to go to the grandma's and get her. And so like, this is a text conversation her uncle and I are having. And then, so I was like, she just needs to come home today. And so then he's said, well, I'll pick her up at the house then. And I said, no, like, it's not going to work. Just like next week. Like, I thought you were going to call me. You never called me. We'll just do it next week. It's fine. Then he texts me and says, her dad's out of prison. I'm going to come to the house and pick her up. So 10 minutes before my class, I'm sitting at a table with a bunch of my classmates studying. And I get this call, surprise, her dad's out of prison. What? Like, no one thought to call her guardian about that? Like, you just thought like 10 minutes before I walk into my class, you'd let me know you're picking her up to see her dad who's been in prison for 10 years. Like, so, I responded emotionally. I call uncle. Initially, like, he was really argumentative about whether he told me or not that he was getting her today. I mean, it's 50-50. Like, I'm pretty sure that he was going to call me back. And he didn't, but I mean, I might remember wrong too. Like, it's totally possible. I just don't remember right. That could happen. But here nor there, it's insignificant because she's not going to be around the biological dad without me there. So So, like, we ended the conversation. He let his mom know. And, like, and I said, like, this is a conversation between Serendity's grandma and I. And she should have called me about this. Like, this isn't okay just to, like, hey, we're going to show up. We're going to take her. And her dad's out of town. Like, no prep for her. Let's, like, surprise. Bam. Like, yeah, that's what you do to a traumatized kid. You just give them random shocks to be with a person they don't know at all, actually, because she hasn't seen him since she was a baby. So of course that's overwhelming me, and I don't trust the rationale of this family. So I call the school, I call my mom, make sure like everyone knows what's going on so that Serenity's safe, so that in case they decide to do something crazy, like she's safe. I'm distracted. I thought about leaving school, but like I need to be in class. Like I learn more in class than anywhere else. We're not really allowed to have absences, so I needed to be there. So I stuck through. It was okay. As soon as I left, I called the grandma first thing, and she'd actually called me. But at this point, she probably called me because the uncle called her and said Serenity's not coming over, or I'm not letting her, or whatever. So I immediately call grandma, and I'm like, hey, congratulations, I hear your son's out of prison. That's great news. I'm not going to be able to bring her over tonight, but I can bring her tomorrow. She said, oh, no, the uncle can pick her up. I said, no, like, I need to be there. No, you don't need to be there. There's no reason. I was like, I do. So, like, hey! Oh, the dog went out in my closet. Nope, down! Oh, this dog. I think she's been home alone all day, so she just wants to play. I should put her in the bathroom with David. Take that in the bathroom. Look at her. There she is. She's like, you put me on camera again? You don't even pay for that. I don't want that dirty football in my bed. So she's a little aggravated, and then the dad gets on the phone, and immediately he's like, she's my daughter, you can't keep her from me. And I was like, oh, I mean, were we on speakerphone? Because you must not have heard what I said. No, you weren't on speakerphone. I was like, oh, okay, well, I said I'm not able to bring her tonight. Like, I might be able to move some stuff around and try, but I will bring her over tomorrow. So I'm not trying to keep her from you. And he's like adversarial. She's my daughter. I keep saying that. It's weird. And then I'm like, so here's the boundaries. I want her to have a relationship. I tell the dad this with you. It matters. And her, like, emotional stability is my top priority. You think you're her mom? No. No, I know I'm not her mom. I have no weirdness about that. I am a stable adult that loves her and will continuously protect her. That is what I am. So, he started arguing with me about like guardianship, and which was weird because I was like, just look at the court papers. Like, I know your mom and you both should have copies of the fact that like I'm the custodial guardian. And the truth is, the court was going to give me full guardianship, 100%. And I said, no, I want a co-guardianship with the grandma because I don't want to steal a little girl from her family because her family matters. So it was a shitty conversation. He was adversarial, like indirectly threatening me. It was really overwhelming, to say the least. Like, I hung up and I just had like an anxiety attack. Like, I started crying and like hyperventilating a little bit, crying. I called. So when I got this first like text message, I sent it to like 5 of my tops. Just to be like, get off my bed. Get off my bed. You know better. You don't sit up here. The kids, I think, the Serenity lets her on my bed, so she thinks she can jump up here. Let's see the sadness. Isn't that cute? Listen, get all out of my bed. She hears my mom and Serenity just got home. So, like, if he's this irrational, like, he was arguing with me that, like, I don't have custodial guardianship and I'm not really responsible for her and she belongs to him because he's her dad. And I'm like, I stayed calm and rational, even though, seriously, like, you've been in jail her whole life. Like, fix your shit. Like, pull your life together. Pull your life together so that you can be her dad. Don't think you're just going to fight with me, you dumbass. Like, that's not good for her. It's not good for you. And it's just not, I don't do that. Like, I'm not playing games. I got interrupted again. But, so what I was saying, I planned on taking her to see him tomorrow. But the more I process his adversarial behavior, his indirect threats, I'm afraid that she's not even safe. So, luckily she has an appointment with her counselor tomorrow, so we can work with her counselor to figure out how to navigate this. Some people are so ignorant. Because if he was actually rational, calm, and respectful, I'd bring her around him as much as possible. I wouldn't even question it. But to immediately be threatening, I mean, he hasn't even been out of prison for 12 hours. And he indirectly threatens the person that's been taking care of his kid for the last 10 months now. 8 months, 10 months, whatever. So I met my mom and David and Serenity for dinner, and like, she's just such a beautiful little girl. She's so full of joy and innocence. It's really sad that the adults around her are so broken that they're not capable of putting her needs before their own brokenness. I've been watching it for a year or two now, and it breaks my heart. So I'm not very excited about this new journey, and I hope maybe he's like, hey, I just got out of prison, I'm freaking out, and so I'm going to attack the complete stranger, and tomorrow or in a week he'll pull himself together and be normal. A part of me guesses he doesn't actually even give a shit about her, and he's just being drama because of his grandma, or his mother, and she's really creating this. There's a good chance of that. Unhealthy people. This poor little thing.